You already know what it is. American Heritage Society class message. The weather is great. No implication to my face. If you're now, you're now. Like, these previous couple days have been so interesting. Like, so interesting. I'm gonna, we're gonna talk our in the beginning of the message and before we get to the real topic at hand. Let's talk about these last couple of days because there's a moral in the message. Like, this stuff, like, all right, first and foremost, let's talk about my newfound discovery. Come in, everyone. Now, a lot of squirrels today. And you know about that season, squirrels are getting ready for that harvest season. It's so interesting because harvest season technically should have been last month. But something about, the month of September and October is very significant. And let's talk about that real quick. Mothering energy, maternal energy, motherhood. Then you transition into the month of Libra, justice. All right, this had, I don't know if this had anything to do, all right, this might have something to do with the message because I didn't think the message was going to be that long. Now I'm seeing kind of where the narration, because God literally told me, all right, take these two topics, talk about these two topics together. I ain't question him now. Once I ain't hesitate, I was like, all right. And now that I'm speaking about the months, I didn't plan that. So basically, so what is it? The month of October, justice, gaining justice right after motherhood, maternal energy. And then the month that follows after that, we're just gonna talk about these 3 months in particular, is Scorpio season in regards to the occult. New opportunities, blessings, miracles, opportunities. And the reason why this is funny, whoever made the calendar months actually has a good sense of humor in regards to alchemy and astrology and stuff like that. Because you really think about it, the way I've just narrated, right? But the reason why I started with that month that represents the Virgo energy is because that is exactly where autumn season kind of starts at. There's like that in between of leaving summertime to August, a gust of wind. Here we're going to speak about, what's about to happen these next months. And a lot of us know, especially in the spiritual community, them Burr months, somebody gonna come to be like, you could say something to somebody about something. It might be a spiritual conversation or it has some sort of context in it. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. And then they really realize you tell the truth. Somebody using their right side of the brain while somebody using their left side of the brain. That's a tip of hint for somebody. Now them bird months that that I've described at the end of the year usually are very occultic months, and we know these for different various reasons, right? As soon as I said that, it was just nice and warm, like just cool air just came out. Ooh, somebody's about to make an appearance. Like, first of all, let's take that for a moment. Yo, it's a squirrel and a bird hunting together right now. What is yo? When I say the energy, and the sun just came out, so after that, I'm telling you, there's some good energy coming in. Now, them bird months we know are very occultic in the spiritual community. If you know, you know. If you want more explanation as to what I'm talking about, ask in the comment section or the one of the videos, or DMs. Now, we know Virgo season to be the beginning of autumn, and it's like, and that's a inside joke if you listen to the raw message. That mother and maternal energy, then you go right towards what? You go right towards receiving justice, and then right after that, a new opportunity blessing. So something about, all right, in regards to the calendar, in regards to the bird months, in regards to spiritual connotation, like context, there's something in regards to, because some people have even in theory, I wouldn't say necessarily question. Yeah, I'm telling you this message. On to something. Some people in theory have said that the bird months don't technically exist. Now, obviously they exist, right? But like they were because people talk about like the Mayan calendar and Aztec or whatever. I don't want to say whatever, but I'm not specifically knowledgeable about that at this moment. So I'm just saying, from my knowledge, I know that there was like a Aztec calendar, Mayan calendar. I think with the Mayan calendar, there you go. And they saying like certain months were added on after the fact. So knowing that, and then knowing like the spiritual context of starting from Virgo season into the end of the year, is very interesting because like using astrology to narrate the months, those three in particular, before the end of the year, is so interesting because the mother figure is very significant, especially mothers who can bear children. So there's some sort of like, I don't want to say karma, but technically yes, because towards the end of the year you get to that Capricorn zodiac embodiment, and then after that Pisces. You following along? So like, there's some sort of karma with maternal mother figures. Like, your mother figure is supposed to bring you some sort of justice, and I think these months in particular are supposed to show you individually how, what a scenario will look like when you are parented by the right maternal figure and when you're not. Because you're parented by the right maternal figure, that Virgo maternal energy of that month, that first month in autumn, you know, maybe even childbirth or something to that extent is very possible. Then the next month is October, Libra season. You gain justice because, you know, either you're supposed to be a parent or you have a good parent. Then this is just in regards to maternal mother figures. Then right after that justice season, then it's an opportunity, a miracle is supposed to come in for you. So even knowing that, it's like, all right, in regards to childbirth, maternal mother figures, it's like, when, you know, they say in my culture, the one that openeth the wombs, like when you like, but that's for the firstborn. But for any child, you know, your mother, or if you are a maternal figure, you're supposed to gain justice by karmic justice, justice any type of format in regards to you. You're supposed to gain justice just by who birthed you or who you birth. This is why a lot of times in regards to family dynamics, there's some parents that are either emotionally, but that plays into that karma thing, that Capricorn Pisces thing I'm telling you about. We're gonna get to that. So just talk about it briefly, but like, this is why sometimes certain maternal figures have a lot of emotional incest with their children. I'm not saying this is with everybody, but with some people this is very true. Oh, what's that word mean in the comment section? I don't know what that means. Can you elaborate? Let's add what you got to say into the discussion. Now, if you're see, that was supposed to be a distraction. God forbid. Let me stay focused. God, help me to focus so I can correlate the message the right way. Because I haven't even started on the real message. But for whatever reason, this is important. So, welcome. Come on in. Now, hold on. Maybe it's a channel message for what this person is saying. Something about Subaru, but ain't Subaru the one that have like the shooting star reference, like the depiction imagery of like the solar system? I don't know why it's significant. I actually seen that recently, and I was thinking about it to myself, but I didn't say nothing because I had this dream before, and I didn't know what that had to do with anything. It might be about this moment now. So, what I was talking about, oh yeah, Damn, I was about to say emotional manipulation, but no. Hear me out, because that was toward the karmatic thing, talking about emotional incest with mothers and their children, right? A lot of time, I guess what God wants me to say, because like usually when you hear that term analogy, you would think in a bad connotation, because usually sometimes emotional, it's basically the intent of the emotional incest. I'm not saying it's right, but if you birth a child as a woman, and regardless of the gender of that child, and you know, either you read into that child's destiny, you know that child's destiny, you know this person's gonna be great or whatever the case may be, I can understand emotional instinct, because let's use because I was just talking about basketball today. Let's use sports. Like I'm gonna use football for example. Them football moms, them basketball moms, them sport moms, they showcase that emotional incest, because they know this person gonna be, and it's so crazy to see sometimes, but that's the truth, because they raised the child up knowing that they were gonna be great, and they want a piece of that, and it becomes weird. It only becomes weird when that type of fantasy to be fulfilled makes the maternal figure feel romantic, as if they wish they dated their own child. That's the only time it becomes weird. Now, there's nothing wrong with wishing the best for your offspring. So in context, yes, there's something about maternal energy, especially in regards to that emotional incest. Now, how we can do the parallel too. We can talk about the good. We don't necessarily got to talk about bad. We can talk about the good and other things. So like, in a parallel message, right? The beginning of the bird months, right at the end of the year, where would the karma be in regards to that, right? Karma is ruled by the planet of Saturn. Saturn is ruled by the zodiac embodiments of Capricorn and Pisces, having to do with your father figure, whatever industry or career choice you're going to be in, and the things you like and or dislike because of said embodiments. But we was just only talking about mother. We was just only talking about mother. You see? So where does, I guess, the man come into the father figure in this whole scenario? Because we're only discuss what the mother is entitled to with good intent. So if it was in a parallel message in regards to karma, right? A maternal figure who does something unjust, something about Aries, something about manipulation, lies, and or spell work, a divination of any kind. Obviously not in the good, best of settings. So hear me out. And then because of unjust that Aries embodiment, and then you go straight to the next month, that would be embodiment of Scorpio, and Scorpio is also one of those kind of in regards to the occult Aries embodiment in a sense. So I've been came to this realization before. There's people who conceive children in the right way, and there's people who do not. Sometimes these things happen like intentionally, but I'm telling you for sure, if a child is conceived unintentionally because of some sort of bad intent somebody had, and bad intent can vary, like the reason as to why they want to have the child, the reason why they chose the male partner to be with, right? Interesting. And, woo, that's a lot. So I already came to this understanding because I've seen I've seen certain scenarios happen, and usually the it's not both parties. I'm not saying it can't happen like that where two people come together with unjust reasons to have a child. It happens, but usually it's one of the other of the partnership or the couple or dynamic. And I think this narration is more so because in history, I'm not saying men don't dabble in spell work and all stuff like that, but women are the ones that can have the child. So that would mean that the unjust actions were started from some unjust women. No shade. Because, hear me out. Maternal mother figure, first of the birth months. Hypothetically, in theory, if this woman want to become a mother, if anyone want to become a mother by unjust reasons, they would do something unjust, but would be the opposite of Libra the next month of the birth season, right? There's a teaching here. And if they do something unjust, they would be in that Aries embodiment or using an Aries embodiment, unevolved Aries embodiment at that. What is Aries embodiment? That is not evolved, that is not good. Manipulation, lies, deceit, possible spell work. And this ain't no Aries embodiment is not no regular spell work somebody would be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking dark arts. I'm talking dark arts. I'm talking like just some other stuff. Like, so fast forward, the next birth month would be October, an occultic month at that. Not even a regular occultic month. This is an occultic month, especially for men. When you think of the occult, the women rule over are in the Cancer occult. Men are usually in the Scorpio occult. Not saying women can't be in either or, but predominantly, when you think of male occultic groups, they are of the Scorpio embodiment. And I'm learning this personally. Now, so first comes motherhood, then comes justice, then comes October, this occultic month. Now, what do we know about the Scorpio embodiment? Scorpio embodiment, especially when used in spell work or doing spell work, is very, very powerful. So imagine somebody wants to become a mother by unjust reasons. Just using this format, using whatever context we get out of the birth months towards the end of the year, coming into motherhood, doing something unjust, using that Aries embodiment, then adding that onto that Scorpio embodiment. Aries, Scorpio, when you put it together in regard to alchemy and doing spell work, that is a massive, massive, massive energy. I know somebody didn't come on my live channel message and put their cash up on there. Sir, you ever know my birth chart, my embodiments to even be doing something like that? You playing with your funds at this moment. You playing with your funds. And don't nobody on this platform give this person any money in the comment section named Alexander, because that nigga's taking a nap. Don't ever disrespect my shit like that again. But you gonna find out. I had somebody who was trolling me on one of these when I started doing the lives for real. Kept joking. I ain't see this person back since. This person was on here every day trolling me. I told that person what was gonna happen to them. They didn't believe me. I ain't seen them since. Chiwali Wali, Uchi, Chiwali. That was playing in the background. Y'all heard that? What that mean? Now, this is quite interesting. So, back in the day, Disney, whenever that was, Disney is crazy. Back in the day, whenever try it, they is funny. I ain't gonna ask no question this one. I'll go back. Oh, do this. How do I do this? All right, I didn't want to tap out the live. But anyways, now I know how to do Q&As, kind of. I was trying to do Q&As the other day, but it was all right. How about y'all Q and I A? That was so funny because like the context of like what was going on today. So like yeah, how about you Q and I A? I know that's right. Oh wait, no. I'm explaining to y'all why that's funny. But anyways. Alright, so that was just like a intro to what we're about to talk about. So let's talk about what the couple of days been like. Yo, when I say God has been like literally telling me so much information. God been telling me so much information. I couldn't even make any like content for like 2 or 3 days for real because like in regards to getting these messages out to y'all, new ones, because God would give me so much information. I literally had to sit down, do research for real. All glory be to God. I'm so happy, and that probably has something to do with the month and the environment because we're going from Libra to that Scorpio season. Because God want to bring y'all some newfound information, better stuff, and I'm with that. Start moving. But not for real. Yo, what can I even start with? Like today just been like interest. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about today. Like it was so funny. Like for instance, like yesterday. Like I seen somebody I ain't seen mad long. Now this person is like you would consider like a childhood friend, but not really, because I'm not friends with the person. We used to be cool, hung out in the same groups when we was younger, right? I think it was like I don't remember how long. A few years ago, right? A few years ago. It's very interesting. A few years ago, I have reconnected with a person. This is when I first was on my spiritual journey, and I was in the process of making American Heritage Society, right, before it was formally named. And I hadn't seen this childhood friend in so long, and he's happy to see me. Let me tell you, let's set the scenery for so y'all can visually understand where I'm coming from. So, me on my spiritual journey, meditating, got the meditating mad out. You would think I'm about to do the yoga, but no, I was really meditating. I'm doing my stretches. I mean, technically, I was doing some yoga, a little bit of yoga, doing some what they call it, sun gazing, sunbathing, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm doing all that next to this like big body of water. It was very, what they call it, serene. It was very beautiful. Then here to come this childhood friend come up to me like, hey, yeah, what you up to this and third? So we had reconnected from that day. He's like, yeah, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my friend. I left so quickly because like my discernment was like something not right about this person, yo. But I didn't want to be rude or nothing like that. So like I just left before he could see that I had left, and then I kept coming in contact with this person at the weirdest places, and we had at some point I don't know if I just gave into the shit previously, but like we had gave each other's contact information. So once he got my contact information, that's when he got real bold. Mind you, he was younger than me. I don't do younger. FYI, I don't do younger. So like the guy, he started texting me. He talked about he want to rub my feet and this and that, third. Now mind you, whole time looking at this person like you're my childhood friend and you're younger than me. Like it was never like, oh, I'm attracted to you. So like I'm happy, thank you. I'll take the compliment. You attracted me, cool. But like I'm not looking at this guy in this type of way. Then, take it a step further, I'll go on his social medias after exchanging contact information. This nigga talk about you're a herbalist. I already know what type of timing you want. So I already knew what was going on. That nigga definitely tried to summon me. Let's start there. I don't know what his zodiac is. I ain't even gonna hold you. I never cared enough to ask. You ever come across somebody, especially if you like a zodiac enthusiast like me? Like every time I meet somebody, I want to know what their zodiac is. If I don't care what your zodiac is, I don't ask you none of that shit. Yo, don't even talk. Don't even talk to me. If I don't come up to you and be like, yo, what's your zodiac sign? That means I do not care about what you got going on. If I never came up to you like, oh, what's your big three? Like, what's your zodiac? Like, big three is a stretch. That is a stretch. If I don't come to you and be like, oh, what's your zodiac? Or this, that. Like, I honestly do not give a fuck. Now, obviously, so the nigga had what he do? So yeah, he's a herbalist, whatever like that. So I already was like, all right, if you're a herbalist, that means you work with what? Plants. You work with earth energy. Yeah, basically. Niggas was playing sports in the background so quietly until I just said that shit. What else? So so now I know he work with earth energy, so that means you do root work. You're a herbalist, you use earth energy, you do root work. I have prominent earth sign placements. Nigga, you summon me. I'm like, what's up? Nigga say he wanna rub my feet. I'm like, all right. I make root work of other products. I'm thinking business. I'm like, oh, you about to rub my feet? I'm like, I actually got some products. If you mind, this is when I was product testing, right? I'm telling the guy like, if you don't mind, you want to rub my feet already? Let's use the products that I made. That nigga never messaged me again. I never told him I do root work or none of that shit like that. It wasn't published then. None of that. That nigga stopped talking to me, and you see how God will just humble somebody, just or like make a fool out of somebody on your behalf. Amen. I receive it. Because if I was not knowledgeable in the stuff that I was knowledgeable about at that time, that nigga probably thought he was doing something. And then the follow up question is, how many other females did you try that shit with? So, what's your intent? Like, what's the like? You gonna go? You do 9 niggas doing root work to rub bitches' feet into they fucking panties is crazy. I gotta save that one. How long has it been? It's been almost 30 minutes, 27. I gotta come back to this. That's what? That's promo. Now, I don't know. I might learn something for this. What could I do? I gotta up my game. This nigga use a root work to get bitches by their feet. I got up my game. What you talking about? Now, that's funny. That'd be funny now looking back. Back then it wasn't because I didn't know too much about a lot of spiritual shit. So a lot of stuff just freaked me out. I was scared. So now but every bad thing is always something good. So I'll be talking about that. I'm realizing that more and more. Not wishing more negativity in my life, but I'm just saying. So I only bring that instance up because I saw the same nigga yesterday. Now, mind you, I told you after I told him I make my own products, use that on my feet. After he said he wanted to give me a rub down at being the herbalist, I ain't speak. This been years. It's been years. I saw him at a vicinity before previously, and I saw him first. Obviously, I was coming to the environment, and then when I saw him see me, and this nigga immediately just looked away. I was just. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm looking at him like, wasn't you just begging to rub my feet though? So I'm just like, all right. I'm gonna let go. But this is like years ago, so it's like whatever. Like, and it's that project. Like, I got to see from my own perspective for not the first time, but like knowing. Like, I got to see how projection is not supposed to affect you because I saw him before he saw me. So, the first memory of that, him begging to rub my feet, was the first thing I was thinking about. Then, from his perspective, he saw me and got nervous because he knew that. Unintentionally, he was like, I don't want to say he unintentionally. I was supposed to feel like nervous and oh my god, but no, that could have been long term growth for that man. But who knows? Only God. So I'm like, it's so interesting that I see him get nervous. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna bother him because I'm real nice. It didn't matter if you begged me to rub my feet. I would still say, how you doing or something like that. But never mind all that. Never mind all that because it's just like if that's how you gonna act based on that, like, So I'm like, all right, I'm seeing something. No, let me tell you, no, these days I haven't been able to go live. It's been a whole bunch of funny stuff going on, like sober and all, like. You ever witness something when so sober you just like ain't no way, but it's so funny. All right, but it's a good thing. Like there's been these occurrences previously before where like, all right, backstory. Woo! Let me tell you about the time, right? Why is somebody in somebody in the energy, take the message out right there. Somebody is thinking right now about how they could like they not pregnant yet, nothing. They already envisioning you being their child's aunt. Who think like that? Cause that was so random. Who think like this person is envisioning you being the cool crazy auntie that your kids always gonna be like, oh my gosh. But we love her. Like, and that is wild. Whew. That's some good energy. I'm sorry. Your lover might wanna these like y'all trying to get these channel messages in while they're supposed to be like a class message, but like your lover, I don't know what your current situation is going on, but your lover kind of want to, I don't want to say sneak, but like they want to get some time in with you. Because I don't know if you've been busy, your partner's been busy, whatever's been going on, like they want to sneak some time in with you some way, somehow. I'm hearing like, oh my gosh, everybody want to come to the house. Everybody likes being around, not just me, but the both of us. It's like, I don't know if it's like family, friends, or like whomever you frequent with or something like that. They all want to be around you. They think you're a good vibe. That's good energy. Like they think both of y'all are good vibe, good energy, and then at the same time, y'all want y'all own alone time. Y'all, it's everything. I don't know. They just feel like too many people is the men right now. When I say the men right now, yes, because like they like right now, men are just doing their thing. I'm not talking about everybody though. I'm not talking about everybody though, but right now men are doing their thing. They're like in this kind of energy where it's like, when you get the present. No, not like that. Like how on Christmas, like holidays like that, you're about to get your gifts and the wrap and everything. It's like you get the present before the present. That's the vibe. That's the energy. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just saying. That's some good energy, and it deserves to be talked about. No, I don't know. This week has just been interesting. I don't know. It's just been a whole bunch of funny stuff. Anywho's, Let's get to the chat message. All right, the energy about to get interesting. I ain't gonna hold. Yo. Nah. Whatever. You know, not nothing. I'm just saying, my mom been. Why you just sitting cute and breathe somewhere? Like, it's some other stuff going on. Like, I'm hearing, ooh, I'm hearing like, I don't know what situation was going on, but if there was some third party energy going on, yes. If it was some, oh my God, forbid. If there was a third party situation going on where you had to remove yourself or you were removed, whether knowingly or unknowingly, that's all I'm gonna say. You avoided a situation just naturally. Because what's going on in that third party situation right now, I don't know if that you still with that partner or this is your ex lover, but you might overhear something. Anyways, so I saw something that was quite interesting, and I don't know if this is like folklore or I don't know if it's like folklore or like some sort of dang. I thought this was pretty interesting. All right, so I heard one time somebody mention something about